Setting. We're actually outside of my backyard today. I just thought it fit the topic of the video a little bit better. We're going to be doing another baby name video. It seemed that you guys liked that one a lot from last couple weeks. And this one is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be fairy tale, storybook sounding baby names. Now, when I was looking up names for my daughter, especially, also for my son, but especially for my daughter, when I would look up on Pinterest, a lot of the names that I ended up loving were under like storybook names, boho names, nature names. They were all kind of in a similar kind of genre. So I thought that'd be kind of a fun video to make. They tend to be names that you would find for main characters in princess movies or heroes in those kind of stories. These are the types of names that you would find. So I thought it would be kind of a little fun video to make. So I have 20 names as well as their meanings. So let's get started. The first name was a name that I actually thought about for my daughter. I thought it was so pretty. It's the name Elowin. It's actually Cornish and it means elm tree. And I always thought that was such a pretty name. Again, I'm a sucker for names with L's in them for girls. That sounds like a very fairy tale name to me. The next name is Arwen. It's Welsh and it means fair or fine, which is a nice meaning. That could be either a girl or a boy name, Arwen. Number 3 is Gwyneth. I always thought that was a pretty name. You can also use the nickname Gwen. Gwyneth Paltrow is probably the person that people think of first when they hear that name. But it's a Welsh name and it means happiness, which is a really cute name. And it would be a really cute name for a little girl. Number 4, people probably think of the main guy character from the movie Tangled. It's Flynn. I always liked that name, actually, even before that movie. Fun random fact, the only person, quote unquote, that I've ever gotten told really that I look like is Tangled Rapunzel, which is pretty funny because other people usually get like actresses or singers or like famous people, and I have always gotten cartoon characters. I don't know how I should take that, but she's a princess, so I can't complain. So Flynn is an Irish name. It's a surname, which means son of Flan or red-haired one. I saw a couple different things for that, but that was the main thing that came up, was that it was an Irish surname. So the name Flynn. You could also do the name Finn. They're quite kind of similar. Finn was actually what we were going to name my son Cullen before I heard the name Cullen. I love that name. So both of them are kind of similar. The next name is the name Willow. It's an English name, but it's really a nature name coming from the name, obviously the tree, willow tree. I thought that was such a cute name, and my stepsister's little daughter is actually named Willow. So we couldn't use that for my daughter. The next name I actually had in my other baby name list is the name Honora. It's English and it means honor, and I just think that sounds like such a princess name. It's very vintage and very pretty and classy, and you can use the nickname Nora, which is also super cute. The next name on the list is the name Hayes. I heard a little boy in my son's class named Hayes, and I always thought that that was such a cool name. It's an Irish name, and it's a surname. They didn't have many meanings for it, but it is a typical Irish surname. The next name, actually the first time I heard this name was Cara Loren, I think is how you pronounce her last name, on YouTube and Instagram, and she named her son Arrow, which I thought was kind of cool. And it's a word name, but Arrow to me, you kind of think of when you think of like a hero from like Storybook or Fairytale. So I thought that was a cool name, Arrow. The next name, Aurora, of course, it's Sleeping Beauty. Very pretty name. It's a Latin name, meaning it's from the Roman goddess of morning or dawn. So Aurora, everyone thinks of Sleeping Beauty when they hear that name, but of course, princess name, I had to include it. The next name is actually my daughter's name. I found a lot on these lists. Isla, I-S-L-A. I found it from the Scottish name meaning island, but it actually is a name from different countries. I've seen it on lists saying that it was Turkish or Spanish, so they all seem to have the same meaning kind of island, but I thought that was very pretty, of course, because it's the name I chose. The next name, it's funny because when I first heard this name, it's the name Kale. It's spelled K-A-E-L, how I saw it spelled. the first time. I remember thinking that for my son a lot, and I didn't even register to me that people would think that it was lettuce because the spelling is different. I actually heard the name the first time in that movie, I can't remember the name of it, but it had Shia LaBeouf on it. Shia LaBeouf in it, and his name was Kale, and I thought that was such a cool name, but people probably will assume lettuce when they hear it, but I still think it's cool. It's a Gaelic name, and it means slender or fair. The next name, which is very pretty, it's another nature name, is the name Sky. I've seen it spelled different names. I've seen it for boys and girls. You can hear different variations of it, Skylin, Skylar, but I like the spelling just Sky, S-K-Y or S-K-Y-E. And everything that I saw when it came up, there was different things, but of course it's a nature name referring to the sky, but it also said that it had roots from the Scottish Isle of Skye, referring to sky again in the nature sense. So yeah, I thought that was a super pretty name. The next name is the name August. It's a Latin meaning great or majestic, and that could be, it's more towards boy name, but you can do unisex probably with the name August, but I thought that was a very cool name. The next name being Forest. It's an English surname deriving from those who lived near the forest. But I always thought that was a cute name. You do kind of think of Forrest Gump probably when you hear that name. But I do think that's a cool name, especially for little boys. The next name is the name Isolde, and people probably think of the name from the story Tristan and Isolde. And it's a Welsh name meaning beautiful or fair, so I thought that was a really pretty name. My sister-in-law actually has her little kitten named Isolde, so couldn't use that for my daughter, but super beautiful name. And of course the next one is actually the name Tristan, meaning it's French, meaning outcry, and that's more for a boy name, but it can be used for a girl as well, the name Tristan. The next name on the list is the name Autumn, and it's a Latin name meaning autumnus. Well, Latin name, I can't speak. It's Latin from the word autumnus, meaning autumn or fall, so it's kind of like another word name. The next name, we actually have a friend with this name, the name Leaf. I always thought that was such a cool name. I've only met one person with that name. It's an Old Norse name meaning heir or descendant. It's spelled L-E-I-F. I always thought that was a really cool name. You don't hear it very often, and to me it also kind of fits under that like Storybook kind of boho category. The next name is the name Heath. Heath Ledger, of course, is the thing that everyone hears of first. It's an English name meaning untended land where flowering shrubs grow. I just think that's such a cool name. Of course, everyone thinks of actor Heath Ledger when they hear it, but that's kind of cool. He was an awesome actor, so. And the last name was also on my last list. I just always think of the word fairy when I hear it. It's the name Farron. It's an English name meaning adventurous, which is such a cool kind of cute meaning, and such a pretty name, Farron, F-E-R-R-Y-N. Also just sounds like fairy, so I had to include it in this list. But yeah, that's the 20 baby name list that I thought of that I think sound kind of fairy tale Storybook. You guys let me know what you think, if you have any names that you would have added to this list, or if you like any of the names that I did mention. I hope that you possibly consider them for your future babies. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel, and if you already subscribed, welcome back, and please also press the thumbs up. Thanks guys, thanks for watching.